Here are my top 5 conditioners for wavy or curly hair, and these are going to be in no particular order. They're just whatever I happen to grab, and then I'll talk about them. And if you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel, I use those years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So this first one is probably not going to be a surprise to those of you who have been here for a while. It is the Moroccan Oil Moisture Repair Conditioner. Now, this one is the one that does contain some protein in it. They do have a more moisturizing one. It's intensive hydrating or something like that. That is the one that my daughter really likes because her hair is a lot drier. But for me, I really like this one because of all the protein that's in here. Generally speaking, whenever you see repair or fortifying or strengthening or something like that, it does usually mean that there is some protein in there. So for those of you who have hair that really loves protein, this is something that you might want to try. As you can see, I use the liter sizes. I have gone through multiple bottles of these. I have been using this for many years now. It's just one of my absolute favorites. It did show up in my favorite conditioners last year as well. It's probably going to be a favorite for years to come. I don't see myself not using this anytime soon. And in fact, this is empty and I will be repurchasing another liter size bottle just because this is just such a great conditioner. It really gives my hair everything that it needs. It gives it a great balance of both moisture and the protein in there. And my hair just really bounces up with this. I get lots of shine with this. This is just overall a great conditioner that gives my hair, like I said, literally everything that it needs. And Moroccan Oil in general is just a really good, high quality brand. And I've been using many of their products for years just because of how good they are. You really can't go wrong with a Moroccan Oil product. And this conditioner is no exception to that. Now they do also have a volumizing shampoo and conditioner. And then, like I said, they have the hydrating and then they have the moisture repair. The moisture repair is really good for hair that loves protein or hair that's been very damaged and needs a little bit of the protein and the moisture. The hydrating is good for people who have really dry hair. And then the volumizing is great for people who have fine, easily weighed down hair. I really do think that the hydrating would probably be a little too heavy for people who have fine, easily weighed down hair. This one could go either way. It kind of depends on how dry your hair is, what your porosity level is. If it's higher porosity, then it would probably work well with this. But if you just have really healthy, very fine, low density hair, this might not be the best product for you. But for those of you who have hair like mine, which is coarse and higher density, then this is going to be something that your hair is probably going to love. So just something to think about if you are wanting to try the Moroccan Oil brand and you're not sure which shampoo or conditioner that you would like to try, those would be my recommendations. And I definitely recommend giving them a try if you haven't already. So we are moving from an old favorite to a new favorite. And this is the AG Boost Apple Cider Vinegar Silicone-Free Conditioner. So I got this probably, I don't know, a few months ago now. I can't even remember. So this is a really recent acquisition, but I've been absolutely loving it ever since I started using it. It gives my hair some really great slip and some really good shine. And it's nice and moisturizing. However, it's not too heavy, so it doesn't feel like it's weighing my hair down. And it's just overall just such a great conditioner. And I would have to say that this is probably on the lighter weight side of things. So this is something that I could easily see being used for all hair types, not just for coarser hair like mine, but even fine, easily weighed down hair could probably get away with using this as well and not have it really weigh it down or anything. And it says here on the bottle, it's for super soft and healthy hair. And I do think that it definitely gives that. It does make my hair feel really, really soft, but not overly soft, because overly soft hair or overly conditioned hair will sometimes lose its curl pattern and become more frizzy and just kind of lack definition altogether. And I really don't feel like this does that at all. I feel like it's really kind of the perfect balance for a conditioner. And it does have a little bit of protein in it. It has some coconut oil in it, but it's much further down on the list. So for those of you who struggle with coconut oil, this could be either a hit or a miss. It's hard to say. It kind of depends on how much your hair really dislikes coconut oil. If you can handle a small amount of it on a product that rinses out, then this might be something that you might want to try. However, for those of you who have hair that absolutely cannot do coconut oil in any amount, then you might want to pass this one up. And then for those of you who tend to avoid silicones, this is silicone free, so it could be a great conditioner for you to try as well. And then one of the other things that I really like about what AG is doing with a lot of their packaging now is they have these aluminum containers, and then they have these refill pouches that you can purchase to fill these back up. So I really like that they're very eco-friendly with the refill and the refillable bottle. AG in general has been a brand that I've also used for many years, and I really love a lot of their other products as well. And if you've been following me for any time, you know that I love the AG Recoil, the AG Mousse Gel, and I really cannot say enough good things about the brand in general, and also the conditioner. It's a really good conditioner, and it's one that I feel is pretty universal, that barring some rare exceptions, I think pretty much everyone could use this. The reason why I say that there's going to be some exceptions is because there's exceptions to everything. Everybody has completely different hair, and so even though this might work for the majority of people, there's always going to be a few people that it's not going to work for. But I do think that overall this is a pretty universal conditioner and one that you would be pretty happy with. Moving on, we have the Keratin Collagen Conditioner. And this whole line, first of all, the entire brand of Keratin is new to me this year. I absolutely love the brand, which is why I have done a couple of videos sponsored by them. This video is not. I'm including them in my favorites because they truly are my favorites. But the brand in general is a really good one. They put out really high quality products. I've absolutely loved every single product that I've tried from them. And I have to say that the line that I like best from them is probably the collagen one. I have the collagen shampoo, the conditioner, and then also the collagen mask. And they've found their way into favorites videos, all of them, because they're just that good. I really think that the collagen collection is great for graying hair, and I mentioned that before when I was talking about the mask, and also when I was talking about the shampoo, that I really feel like that this line is great for manageability of some of those wiry strands that we can sometimes get with our gray hair, which is not to say that all gray hair is wiry, because gray hair does not necessarily equal wiry hair. And I think that's a common misconception. You can have fine gray hair, you can have coarse hair like mine that's gray, but the cuticle is smooth and it's very soft and supple. So gray hair is not a hair type in and of itself. It is just non-pigmented hair, and it can be any kind of texture. But for those wiry strands that can sometimes appear, I do get a couple of them, but some of those wiry strands are not just gray hairs. I'll have wiry strands here and there throughout. They're just wonky little stray strands that just kind of do their own dang thing. And I find that this really helps a lot with the manageability of those. I also find that this does a lot for adding some shine to my gray hairs. I do have quite a bit of gray hair at the sides here, and gray hair does not reflect light the same way that pigmented hair does, just because it is lacking that pigment. And I do find that the collagen line really helps with that dullness and gives it a little bit more shine than what it's been having on its own. So I've been loving it for that. And I like the protein content that's in here. And apparently my hair really loves collagen because it responds well every single time I use any of the collagen products. So if you've got some gray hair or aging hair, middle-aged like me, going through some hormonal changes and your hair is going a little bit wonky, or it doesn't seem to have the strength that it used to have or the luster that it used to have, maybe give something with collagen a try, and I highly recommend giving this a try. I do know that the keratin products are a little bit on the pricey side, but they are definitely worth the price because of the quality. They are highly concentrated, they do last for a really long time, and I also have a discount code in my description box if you'd like to give them a try. I also have a discount code for the AG products as well if you'd like like to give those a try. But to get back to this conditioner, it's a really great one. I can foresee myself using this for years and years to come. I can definitely see myself constantly replacing these as I run out of them because I like them just that much. Do I think that these are going to replace my Moroccan oil? Probably not, just because I like my Moroccan oil for different reasons. However, this has definitely taken its place right alongside the Moroccan oil and will probably stay there for a good long while. This next one is another newer line that I've tried, I think this year, or maybe it was last year, I can't remember, but I absolutely love the whole brand, and that is Evolve, and this is the Ultra Shine Moisture Conditioner. And this is another one where I feel like it's pretty lightweight with the moisture. I don't think it's a very heavy conditioner at all. And it also adds a lot of shine to those gray hairs, which is one of the things that I love the most about it, is adding that shine, because that is what I'm struggling with most of all with shine in my hair. My darker hair does tend to have some really good shine because my hair is overall pretty healthy. My cuticles lay smooth and flat, which helps them to reflect the light better. And even though I have that with my gray hairs as well, my cuticles are smooth and flat and my hair is very soft. But I do find that this really helps, again, with the manageability and also the shine on those gray hairs. That's my biggest struggle right now, is getting my gray hairs to be as shiny as the rest of my hair, and I'm really appreciating these products that are helping me do that. And I much prefer to use products like these, like conditioners and shampoos, that are going to help put that shine in my hair kind of more on an internal level, as opposed to putting a ton of serums or other styling products over the top to try to get shine. Just because putting all those shine products on the top can kind of have the opposite effect. It can start to build up after a while and then give your hair a more dull appearance. So I do really like having shampoos and conditioners that will put that into my hair and add the ingredients and the goodness that my hair needs from the inside out to be able to shine and be healthy and to be soft and to be manageable, versus just slicking it down with a ton of shine products. And then for those of you who avoid silicones, this is another brand that doesn't have any silicones in it, and neither does the keratin. There are no silicones in this either, but we're talking about the Evolve right now. None of the products they have silicone in it, and they are also cruelty-free, gluten-free, and vegan for those of you who are trying to find products with those requirements. So a really great brand, a nice lightweight yet moisturizing conditioner that gives your hair a lot of shine and manageability. And last but not least, we actually have a hair mask, and that is the Keratin Freshening Mask. And the reason why I phrased it like that, as we actually have a mask, is because I'm not somebody who does deep conditioners and masks very often. My hair is overall pretty healthy. It really doesn't need it. And even though like pretty much everybody in the curly community will recommend using a deep conditioner once a week, as a hairstylist, I don't recommend that for absolutely everybody across the board, because everybody's hair is completely different. And for those of you who already have really healthy hair, and especially if you have really healthy, fine, low density, very easily over conditioned and easily weighed down hair, if you use a mask or deep conditioner once a week, your hair will get over conditioned really fast. And then your hair is going to be getting kind of frizzy and fuzzy and undefined and lose its curl and kind of get dried down. So if you've been deep conditioning once a week and you find that your hair is starting to look like what I described, then I would suggest backing off on the deep conditioning, because your hair is trying to tell you that it doesn't need all of that. And my professional recommendation is to just use masks and deep conditioners as needed, which for everybody is going to be a completely different time frame. I just kind of go by what my hair is telling me. If it seems like it really needs a little something extra, if it feels a little bit dry and brittle, I give it more moisture. If it seems like it's kind of getting really too soft and too fuzzy and blown out and undefined, or if it feels like it's kind of losing its bounce, then I will reach for something that contains a lot of protein, which is what this has and the reason why I love it so much. So on the website, this actually says that it contains so much protein in it that they recommend not using it more than twice a week. And as I just said, most people are not going to need to use this even once a week, let alone twice a week. If you have very damaged hair, then I could see using this once or even twice a week. But there is a ton of protein in here, but there's also some moisturizing ingredients as well. But my hair loves it for the protein content. And I like using this after I've clarified my hair, or I use a chelating shampoo, which removes mineral buildup from the water. It removes air pollution. It kind of removes everything. So whatever could possibly get on your hair, build up everything. Every time I use the chelating shampoo, I tend to use some sort of deeper conditioning treatment after it. And lately it's been this one that I've been reaching for, just to get that little extra bounce back into my hair, because that's what my hair really requires in order for it to curl up to its fullest potential. I just find that my curls get bouncier and tighter whenever I use this. Now, it doesn't make my hair curlier than what it actually is. What it does do is it adds strength and structure to my hair so that it can curl to what it's supposed to do. My hair is naturally pretty heavy and it does weigh itself down. So having that strength and structure in there can kind of help counteract that a little bit and get it to bounce up. And that is why I absolutely love this. I love everything about it. And it smells, okay, the smell I don't love, but I don't hate it. It has kind of a tea tree almost smell to it, something like that, kind of herbally, almost medicinal, but not really. I don't know. I really suck at describing smells. The smell would be the only thing about it that I would say is a negative, but it doesn't last and it's not overpowering. So it's not something that's going to keep me from using it. In fact, I've used quite a bit of it. I've used about half of it, which is saying a lot considering I do not use it that often because, as I've said, I don't do masks or deep conditioners very often. My hair mostly does not need it, but I have used this quite a bit because I really like what it does for my hair when I do use it. And as I said earlier, for those of you who have high porosity hair, you have damaged hair, maybe it's heat damaged, or you've bleached it, or you have high lift tint in your hair, anything like that where your hair is feeling pretty parched and brittle or soft and mushy or is falling apart, this is going to be a really good reparative mask for your hair. And I can definitely see this doing a really great job of restoring that strength and structure to the hair and helping to return some elasticity to the hair. The collagen helps with that as well. So this conditioner and also the mask. But this one, as it says on the packaging right here, that you probably can't read because it's really super small, but it says that it is deeply moisturizing and reconstructive. And I can definitely see that for very damaged hair. I do also think this is really good for healthy, fine, easily weighed down hair to use every now and then. Your hair is a little bit on the fragile side. Then using this, even if it's healthy, can kind of help again with that strength and structure and get the hair to kind of spring up and bounce up, and also to help prevent breakage a little bit by giving it a little bit more strength so that it's not quite so fragile. But again, in that situation, definitely don't use it more than twice a week. I wouldn't even suggest using it once a week. I think maybe once a month or once every couple of months, kind of depending on your hair. Like, this is such a really good restructuring, repairing, fortifying, strengthening, and moisturizing mask. Like, this is exactly the type of thing I think of when I think of any kind of deep conditioning or mask to repair and restructure the hair. And I'm probably repeating myself a little bit over and over again there, but I don't know how else to describe it, just because that's what it does. It repairs, it restructures, it kind of helps with all of that damage. And then for those of us with healthier hair, using it once in a while will help with the bounce and giving it a little bit of strength and structure, which everybody's hair needs at least a little bit of protein for strength and structure, which then helps it to maintain any kind of moisture that you're putting into it. So protein is important for every type of hair. It's just how much you need is going to vary from person to person. And that concludes my top 5 conditioners for wavy curly hair. Hopefully this was helpful and you found a few that you'd like to try. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.